Hello, good
Hello.
morning. Oh, good. The sunbeams are following me nicely. Hi, Brian.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining me in the KinderGarden.
Thank you for asking.
I love spiders. And the fun part about having Brian here is he's leaving shortly back to his hometown. But he agreed to sit with me for a little while we check in about topics that are related to forming a KinderGarden. So one of the things that I thought about as I'm saying goodbye to you this trip is how we're both motherless children and what that means for us to lean into what our parents did for us or didn't do for us, but also kind of how we hold our moms in our hearts. I know for me, Halloween was a big fun time for my mom. She was one of the parents that was willing to dress up in outfits and scare my friends.
Wow.
One year we even did a party where we watched maybe a movie like Nightmare on Elm Street or something, and she took a couple of the parents to the graveyard, and then I took my friends to the graveyard, and then they scared them, and it was good old clean early 1980s fun in rural Pennsylvania.
Wow. My mom never did that. Well, that's extraordinary.
There's many things that she didn't do too, but I'm gonna honor her this Halloween somehow, some way.
Okay. I don't have a Halloween story.
That's all right.
Except my mom used to make. She would make my costumes. She would make the costumes for Halloween. Okay.
What was your mom's name?
Clarice.
Clarice. My mom's name was Kathy. And thinking of them, do you think of her as kind of like someone that's still guiding you, even though she died not so long ago?
Well, I feel her presence. I mean, especially where I live where she, in her condo.
Yeah.
So, I certainly think about her all the time.
Yeah. I think one of the things that when I talk with you about our moms is that there's this sense of, like, my mom, she would never. She's kind of like me. She doesn't say mean things about other people, but she also didn't have quite the capacity to think much beyond our neighborhood or our village, as it were.
Okay.
She was very likely to take care of, say, the child down the street that was going through a divorce, and she would go pick them up, feed them breakfast, get them on the school bus. Like, there's that kind of thing.
Wow.
But she didn't have I think the thing that I do in my work is like try to counter that. She never took care of herself either. She was always caring for others. I think that's why she died early. She cared and cared and cared until she couldn't care anymore. Can you say a little bit about what your mom was to you, for you?
Well, give me an example or something.
Oh, no. I'm touched when I close my eyes and think of you and your mom, even though I've never yet met your mom. I think of that picture you took of her where you're just holding her hand.
Oh, right? For the 50th wedding anniversary.
I think it was when she was on the deathbed.
Oh, when she had it. Yeah, it was in the hospital when she had her stroke.
Right?
Yeah, her first stroke.
And I wonder, kind of the pointed question is, did you reach out for her hand or did she reach out for yours?
I reached out for her hand.
And did she let you hold it for a while?
Oh,
did
yeah,
she pull
definitely.
Away?
Oh, no, she didn't pull away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a closeness, but it wasn't, I don't know. It was a struggle closeness. I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't real tight, but.
Yeah. Well, it's, in some ways, I enjoy hearing how you made extra efforts to reach out to her.
Oh, yeah. I took care of her for the last 31 months of her life, and I have no regrets about that. It was definitely a learning experience.
That's definitely a way a KinderGarden is formed.
Yeah, it was. She didn't know whether she was dying or not, and I didn't know that either. And so to go through that together, it was an effort. But I like I said, I have no regrets.
So knowing that I lost my mom when I was way younger, and it happened really. Why? No, I love it. It's the jiggly camera. Knowing that I lost my mom abruptly when I was a late teen, and you said goodbye to your mom in your 60s, and when you were 60, there's bound to be someone out there that their mom is still alive and they're trying to figure out a way to be kinder to them. Do you have any kind of thoughts around that? If there was a third person sitting here going, how do I navigate the living years with my mom?
Well, you have to forgive. You have to release, let go, surrender. But you have to know that, they're just children in an adult body, and that, as you say, they're doing the best that they can. And it's, well, you have to just know that, they're doing the best they can.
And so are we. And so are we. Yeah. And well, I hear in the background, probably isn't picking up with this mic, but I hear Tim, my partner, stirring and probably making something for himself in between breaks. And he would be the third person sitting here. He's got an elder mom. He's going to go visit her this weekend. And I live so vicariously through watching someone make the best of their living years with their remaining parents, even if it's hard or difficult, or like I feel like I've grown in my grief capacity to hold that for myself. I can't have that, but I'm glad someone else can. I guess also it's just it's our responsibility, if we understand the assignment, to take care of ourselves and the relationship we have with our moms when they are no longer with us in physical form. Both the Celtic understanding of the veils thinning during October, or the Dias de los Muertos tradition of honoring the ancestors. We're coming up on that season, so I'm glad we get to sit with our moms here today. Anything else to add? Well, the best part of this is I get to go on record. My first captive fly was willing to sit with me.
Thank you.
Even before we started, you wiped off cobwebs because I was wandering through the KinderGarden and getting stuff all over me. So we're going to send you off to the airport. Thank you for this wonderful week.
Thank you. Thank you for being so kind yourself.
It's practice. That's why I wanted to get it on. And I'm sure there'll be times where I'll lose my cool and I just pinched my finger. Look. It made his little smiley face. Yeah, when I was trying to fix the umbrella, I pinched that and I almost lost my shit there. I was like, oh, maybe you can capture that on film. I'm not always kind. Ouch.
Yes, you are.
Well, that's why I sent you inside. I could curse to the sky.
Okay.
Not trying to hide it, but I lose my cool sometimes. We'll see you next time in the KinderGarden.
Bye, everyone.
Fun.